Hey guys, it's Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin, and today we are gonna feel rich with the banker.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Okay, so again, typical stuff. Chat wasn't working, so I have to use two screen again. Hi Matthew, hi Joe. What's going on? Today's episode, we are going back to the roots and basically review episodes. Just to try to catch up all the knowledge and stuff that we learned over the years, and really for the new people to learn about cigar. So if you join us as for the first time, you gotta learn something. And if you join us for the billionth time, you're gonna teach something. Basically, that's what it is today. All right. So we have Jason, we have Michael, we have Raphael, Joe, and Matthew, Jocelyn. So let's just kind of sum up what's going on today. Today we are going to smoke the banker, and because the camera is having a twitching issue, let me correct that for now. It's twitching. This is not Twitch, this is YouTube. So let's fix that. And I know exactly what's wrong with it. I just every time I tune it, you want to go something else. Like it doesn't like when I tune it. So when I tune it and you want to go back, it constantly wants to go back to that setting of autofocus, even though I already set the focus to a specific way. So, but then, small problem. So okay, Michael Lopez is here too. So today we're smoking the banker, the cigar that makes you feel like a badass because it's called the banker, and it's from H.Upmann. And basically, I have this box here because I don't have any more singles left, so I just took out the entire box, and that's the wrapper that's on there. Now, banker, I want to call it like super badass because having a banker will take you 9 billion years before you get to smoke them. All right, you literally had to show off for a long time before you get to smoke them. And if you smoke a banker before, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's the outer wrapper. It takes like 3 minutes to remove it without ripping it apart. Okay, and now comes the box. Now, this is a perfect time where I explain about how storage is. Okay, if you buy a box of cigars, you can store in the box, and that's how I usually store it in the box. Especially if you had the Boveda pack sticker on it, that tells you that this box has good seal, and having good seal means that you can store literally just in here. So when I receive a box of cigar, first thing I do is to open it, and I check the cigars in there, and make sure the cigars are good. And look at this display. I mean, this thing makes you feel like badass all day, every day, right? This display is good, all right? So I open it up, I take the paperwork, whatever, put it on the side, and I put a Boveda pack in there. And once in a while, I'll check it, make sure it's still soft. If it's still soft, this is still good. This whole box is still good. So you can literally just store it in the box and does not have to be in the humidor because this itself is a humidor, all right? Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna pick one out. Officially broken this box. And while I'm doing this, you can tell me what you're smoking right now. Leave it in the comments. Okay. So I pick out one. This particular one is called the Basis Point. So all the banker series cigars, all named like all the sizes named after financial terms. So if you want to look for this one, it's called the Basis Point. This particular one is 6x54. What's it, Bellicoso? And it's like, it's basically Toro with a torpedo, and you can see the presentation is there. It's like show off when you pull this out. Okay, it's literally showing off when you pull this out. Hi Sherry, hi Damon, hi Samuel, hi Chris, hi Damon Gordo. Smoke a Liga #1 in the Robusto on some coffee. I'm also having coffee. This is the rebrew coffee. So I drink a coffee to the very bottom and I added more with more liquid. So and usually tastes pretty funky, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Smoke a RP Vintage 1990. That's a good one. I don't know. The difference between 1990 and 1992 is dramatic. So I don't know why people like 92, but I can see why people like 90, because I like 90 as well. So a little bit about this particular cigar is called Basis Point. The box of this thing ranges between $120 to $150. So roughly between $8 to $10 a cigar. But for the decoration and the way they put this together, this is not bad for $8 cigar. So definitely something that you can enjoy. And outside is the Ecuador Habano. Inside is Nicaraguan and Dominican fillers and binder. So just got a notification. Martin Mamaya's here. Smoking a Macanudo Inspired Red. Okay, sounds pretty good actually. So the thing about this is, like I said, it takes forever to choose how many band you actually want to keep on this thing. What, should you just light the whole thing up? Should you just go in, pieces? Should you just take the bottom band and smoke and then take more off? I literally just take whatever I can take off first. And, for this one, it's the foot band, which looks great. I mean, automatically you get 2 or 3 bands from just one cigar. Foot band, the grease paper, which is stick onto this. I'm gonna rip it like this, because I already have plenty of these. Right? Like that. So, you can smoke like this, or you can smoke it totally off, like completely naked. Banker. But if you want to smoke a banker, leave a band there so let people know that you're smoking a banker. It literally looks like money. So in a way, it's like I said, show off. And I can tell you that a lot of beginners actually is drawn to this particular cigar. Just buy it just because it looks interesting. It's called the banker. Smoking cigar is like almost like a financial trophy. Being able to smoke cigar means you have some spare money, right? You're not in property enough that you can't smoke. So having a cigar named Banker really gives you that I'm rich kind of feel, right? So when you go out there and you saw a cigar called the Banker, you're like, I gotta try one of those. I literally, my first time buying a cigar in the shop, I did buy a Banker too. It's one of my first cigars, but at the time it was too strong for me. Because you gotta know this is a medium strength, if not medium plus cigar. So, and then it's big, so you gotta get a lot of nicotine through it. And as a beginner, I don't recommend you smoke this cigar. It's good to buy one to keep, but don't smoke this cigar because it's quite heavy for a beginner. You will turn green. You will turn green. Okay. Let's cut and give it a puff. Again, if you're cutting something like this kind of end, you cut it in an angle, or you can choose not to. A lot of people actually use V-cut and this kind of stuff. I think that the narrow end with the V-cut actually doesn't do that well. It takes more to puff. So I always give a flat cut for when it comes to like pointy ends. Good draw, good draw. Dry draw, cedar, very sweet cedar. Little bit of like a mixed spice, like anise, like star anise. Yeah, mostly cedar, my first cigar was an acid blondie, but my first non-flavored cigar was the Flor de las Antillas. See, a lot of people like to go to flavor cigars, and I really don't recommend that, because the more flavor cigars that you smoke, the more likely when you smoke a regular one, it's gonna taste just like tobacco. Nothing but tobacco, because your sensory isn't looking for the notes past that tobacco. When you're doing a flavor cigar, they put the note to cover the tobacco, right? But when you smoke regular cigar, it's the opposite. You gotta pass that tobacco to get the flavor. So I don't really recommend any beginner to do flavorless cigars, because it just ruins the progression of this particular hobby. You want to get better at it. You want to smoke regular ones. The more normal the better, because you want to learn to get past that tobacco flavor. Because a lot of people will say, I've been smoking for 6 months. All I taste is tobacco. Every single one tastes like tobacco. It's because you haven't got past that tobacco. You had, it's like beer. Once you get over the hop, the beer tastes good, right? So, let's lit this up. Today I have something very exciting to show you guys second half. So, stay tuned for that one. One week, no cigarette, just cigar. That's great. And that's the thing. When you smoke a cigarette all the time, when you go to cigar, you gotta get much less enjoy out of it, because your mouth continuously is searching for that sweetness of cigarette. So all the cigar is gonna taste somewhat bitter, somewhat masked because of the cigarette. If you stop smoking cigarette, you gotta enjoy the cigar much more. So keep it up. That's good. Good job. Stay away from cigars. Stay away from cigarettes. Stay away from cigarettes. Stay away from cigarettes. Just keep smoking your cigar. Just nothing but cigars. That is how you gotta really enjoy this hobby. Really get into it, and really kind of like give the proper respect to every cigar. It's like if you go drink a lot of bad wine and then go drink a good wine, that bad wine is gonna overwhelm the good wine and kind of wasted the good wine, kind of thing. This, yeah. So, Shadow Smoke's Legion. Let's help the beginners to get to the aficionado level of smoking. Okay, let's just sum up all the things that we need to know. Okay, so from day one that you try your first cigar, that your friend, your I'm gonna say your best friend, your favorite friend, who's gonna give you that cigar, say, hey, try this one. You tried it, and you go, this hobby is pretty good. Your good friend from Shadow Smokers Legion just said, here you go, here's some more, and a coin. Go home and enjoy those. What should you do at that point? Well, sir, what should you do at that point is go home, find a food container that's airtight to put those cigars in there, because you just went the step one of owning cigars. Now, the step one of owning cigar is really not to go out and just spend your money to buy a humidor, because that will be the wrong move. Alright? Why? Because you never have enough space on your humidor. Never, ever, ever. So it's better to know how much cigars that you gotta end up buying as a beginner before you go down and just buy that 100 count humidor and hate it. You aren't gonna buy that 100 count humidor. You gotta think that's worth the money. You gotta think that I'm never gonna buy more than 100 stick. Well, 100 count humidor does not fit 100. That's lesson number one. 100 count humidor fits probably 50. The thing you gotta know is that every cigar has different sizes, and you gotta learn those sizes name very quickly. The one that you gotta hear the most is Corona, Robusto, Toro. Everything else, just ignore them for now. Okay, so step two, you gotta go out and get a good cutter. Not this. Don't get this. All right, you gotta go. Hey, this $5. So you know, I don't know how much I gotta do. So I'm gonna get a cutter that's $5. No, 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 no. Bad idea. Bad idea. A good cutter and a bad cutter is the difference between a good cigar and a bad cigar. All right, is how much you gotta enjoy a cigar really depends on how good the cut end up to be. Go get a good cutter. Go get a good cutter, name brand cutter, something that Calibre, Calibre cutter or Cigar cutter. Get a good cutter, not like this, but something hefty, something like this. You know, something hefty. It's got weight to it. You know, that's gotta give you the sharp cut every time. And if you're from the group, you already know about the cigar guy. He always advocate for Calibre. So if you go to calibre.com, I'm not sponsored, calibre.com, and then just buy something, you know, cutter or whatever, you know it's got to be good quality there, and then, you know, good warranties too. Make sure to use the BTCG. You might get something, right? And that's step 2. Step 3. Go get a nice lighter that's suitable for you, okay? Now, I personally like soft flames, all right? If you go to a lot of cigar places, they actually have those like butane soft flame lighters. That's actually good for you. But if you tend to smoke outside, go get a torch lighter, all right? Torch lighter. So they look like something like this. They might be multiple jets. They might be point jets like this or this. You know, you will end up having multiple because you will always lose them. So get one that's, you know, not too expensive but has, you know, multiple jets. Single jet takes a while to light a cigar. You know, the more jet that you have, the more powerful it is. But having a soft flame really works well because it lights evenly, and soft flame can actually travel through airports. All right, torch cannot. Torch cannot go to cruise ship. Torch cannot go on airplane, but soft flame can. All right, and the only difference is that you got to use butane on these. All right. Step 4. Smoke through all the cigar that you were given. Not all at once though. If you do it all at once, you will find that the bed is the best place to be. Smoke them slowly. Take your time to really tell the difference. Write down the notes. Write down what you like about this particular cigar. They all might taste the same to you, but write down which one you like better out of all the ones that you receive from your best friends. Do that. Write it down because it's gonna do very well for you. For example, right now I taste cedar note. I taste star anise. I taste a little bit pepper on the nose. Either black pepper or something like red pepper. It's kind of spicy. A little bit earthiness in here too. A dry earthiness. That kind of stuff. You gotta write it down and learn how to retrohale. Now, if you smoke cigarette, you probably already know how to retrohale. Don't inhale. Do not inhale. Do not inhale. Just get it through your nose. Do not inhale. If you inhale, you'll find that that's the worst decision you made for the night. What does BTCH code get you, Tony? It gets you a big heart from Bob the Cigar Guy. No, actually, supposedly that when you use these codes and you let Bob the Cigar Guy know that you use the code, Calibre sends him some goodies once in a while. And when he received it, he knows that you used it, he sent it to you. Last time I saw it was like money clips and stuff there. Something is better than nothing. That's what I'm gonna say. Something is better than nothing. A little bit creaminess in here too. So now, after you smoke all those, you gotta write down what you like best. What's next? You go to your local cigar shop and go in there says, I like this cigars. What can you recommend me that's within these notes? And most likely they gotta know something. They will tell you, if they're a good store, they will tell you this and that cigars taste relatively the same. Try these. And make sure you tell them that you're a beginner, because you don't want them to give you something too heavy. You do not want to get sick. You do not want to get sick, okay? So really start out with the Connecticut. You gotta find out the beginner cigars are kind of boring. That's okay. That's okay. You know, when you play a video game, you don't go straight to final boss from level 1, right? You gotta kind of work your way out there, you know? You don't drive a sports car from day 1 expect not crashing, because you just gotta lose control as soon as you step on it. So take your time, learn that tobacco flavor, learn it. You might not like it, learn it, but learn what you like about it, not what you hate about it. All right, learn what you like about it, but not what you hate about it. Because as you go better, when you find better brands of cigar, what you hate about it might not be there anymore, but what you like about it is something that you will be searching for. So learn what you like, but not what you hate. I particularly do not like pepper, but then you find out that most cigar will have pepper in the beginning, because that's kind of wake up your senses. You gotta wake it up so that you can have, you know, really good enjoyment by waking up your senses. It's like an appetizer, you know, having something spicy make you hungry and go. So learn what you like and buy more of those cigars. Make sure to start cheap, okay? Don't go out there and says, I'm a beginner, but I got the money, I'm gonna buy $100 cigar. Don't do that. There is $100 cigars, but don't do that. Hey, blue collar. So buy a cigar that's affordable and get as many as you can. Try not to go with the bundles. Try to go with, you know, branded cigars, so you can really learn which brand that you like. And a lot of store has their house brand too. You can try those too. Oh no, behave. Dick's enormous. Power. Austin Power. Hey brothers and sisters, yeah. So, what's next? What's next is, now that you know what you like, you find what you like, you started to go, okay, I like this, that. The next step is be patient. Alright, is be patient. And what I mean by be patient is really not go out of your way to get other cigars right away. Be an expert of the ones that you like. Be an expert of the one cigars that you like. All right. Be the ones that, you know, those ones that you enjoy is the key. And smoke them. All right. Buy them in the boxes. Buy them in boxes like these. They will become cheaper when you buy them in boxes. Not by a lot, but it will be cheaper. But now that you know what you like, you can constantly smoke them and really, really learn about them, right? There's always something that people find out differently every time they smoke the same cigar. So, as a beginner, continue to smoke the cigar. Let your body get used to the nicotine, the strength, all right? When you start to feel like, I'm ready to move on, and that could be 3 months, could be 6 months, could be a year. That's when you go, all right, I have all these cigars. I already bought a lot of boxes that I can store. I've started moving on my horizon. Open my horizon. Start to buy more. That's when you buy a humidor. Now you know how much cigar you buy weekly. Now you know how much cigar you smoke weekly. Now you can tell how much cigar you need to store. And the rule of thumb is always buy 3 times more than what you need. So if you think that you buy 100 cigars a week, buy a humidor that lasts 300 plus, right? That's what you want to do. You will thank us. You'll thank the entire group for it when you buy a humidor more bigger than what you need. Why? Here's the reality, okay? When you buy a small humidor, 100 count, 300 count, whatever, One day, if you decide you don't need those anymore, no one's gonna want those. It's gonna worth nothing, not zero. All right, but if you buy a huge, humongous humidor, when you no longer want to use them, they have value. You can trade it off, you can sell it. They have value because that's something what people's looking for. People who have been smoking for a while will need those. All right, so it will have value. People who smoke for a while do not need 100 count because they know that's gonna fill up like that. As soon as they go out shopping, that's gone. All right, so buy something big, buy something that looks good, buy something that's just pleasing to your eyes. You know, something more than 300 is what I usually recommend. Don't buy a 100 count. Don't buy a 100 count. Okay, so next, learn what you need from those humidors. You might end up getting more humidor. You might end up separating your cigars, and you might end up spreading your horizon to flavor cigar. Why I didn't mention the flavor cigar in the beginning is because I never recommend anybody who starts out with flavor cigars, because you didn't have a proper storage yet, and flavor cigar will ruin your normal cigars if you store them together. So now that you have a humidor, you might think, I'm gonna get some flavor cigars. Well, keep them in a separate place, and the best place to put them is either a full container or a acrylic jar, something that's cheap. You know, flavor cigars are not worth a lot of money, so you don't have to put that much effort into store them. Okay, putting in the acrylic jar is more than fine, but put your good cigar, the things that you like, in your humidor. Let them age, let them go. You know, let them absorb all that cedar. And if you don't know how to season your cigar humidors, just Google it. YouTube, there's 10,000 videos about how to season your humidor, and there's always people that has different method of seasoning your humidor, starting from use distilled water all the way to all you had to do was just put Boveda pack in there for a week. All right, so there's many ways to do it. Just make sure that you find the right way to upkeep your cigar. Now, next, about your humidor and storing your cigar. Now that's the debatable question. Been a minute, Jordan. Now is a debatable question. What humidity and temperature should you store your cigars? I store it as dry as I possibly can without damaging the cigar. But you're gonna search online, of course. You're gonna Google it, and you gotta find the magic 70/70. All right. Everybody knows. Everybody in this group knows 70/70 is the magic number where a manufacturer recommends to have. I don't recommend 70/70 because the maximum I do is 65. That's the max I do. 65 is the maximum I do, because I feel like 70 sometimes it jumps up to 72, sometimes it jumps to 72. It depends on the temperature, so I don't really want to be in that bracket of danger. All right, so if you're first time cigar smoker, now that you're storing your cigar in the proper way, you start to realize there's so many things that's gonna damage your cigar. Okay, the whole world is after your cigar. The whole world. I'm talking about everybody. Okay, your best friend is after your cigar. Your wife is after your cigar. She wants you to not buy it. And then the air is after your cigar. The bugs is after your cigar. The mold is after your cigar. This entire world, even the president, is after your cigar. The whole world. Now you gotta protect it like a baby. Now you know your cigars. You have to protect it like a baby. That's when you know you're going somewhere. You have become someone that can say, I'm proper some cigar smoker. All right, you have got to a point where you go, oh, I got somewhere. I'm somewhere between a novice, a noob, to a amateur. Not professional yet, but amateur. So, to avoid all that problem, first thing I do is to keep a lower humidity. and you gotta hear the humidity all the time. There's always people debating 70, 72, 60, 65, and lower. You're gonna be able to buy Boveda pack for any of those ranges that we just talked about. Just make sure you don't buy the 85 and put it in there. If you put an 85 in there, 2 weeks later, you gotta find all your cigars bad. I told bro that Tupperware Brilliance and Boveda would be good for now. Exactly. Do not go straight to a humidor. Alright? When you go to a humidor, that's when you really know your cigar. You want to treasure some of your cigars. You want to age some of them. You are willing to have some cigar where you don't touch for a year or two. That's when you get a humidor. Before that, food containers are more than good enough. Ooh, that's a lot of talking. Ooh. Ah. Oh Lord. Alright. So, what's next? After that, it's a long journey of trying all the different cigars. Whatever that interests you, go try it. Ask about the strength. Look at video reviews of what people feel like it. Go to the group and ask, how do you like this cigar? How do you like that cigar? Somebody's gonna try the cigar. What is the note in there? You know, you start to take notes, notice what people smoke, and really know what you like, and start to kind of develop your palate. And when the palate is not a real thing. It's basically, gotta keep this light. It's basically what reminds you of. So everybody have a different thing. You know, I might taste pizza in this cigar, and you might taste Chuck E. Cheese, grilled cheese, or something like that. I don't know, macaroni and cheese. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. It just means that's what I tasted. So a lot of time you'll see a lot of information on there. Don't let that bother you too much. Just use that as like grain of salt. This guy likes that and he tasted this. Would I like that notes as well? Even if it doesn't meet your palate, you should still try it. Just so that this is the whole hobby, right? We just have to taste and try all the different ones. You know, don't knock it until you try it. And the only thing that I can tell you, if you like cigar, don't buy Gurkha cigars. Now, a lot of people in the chat room is gonna agree with me, right? Should you ever recommend a newbie to buy Gurkha cigar? Come on. Put your comments below. Should you ever recommend a new smoker to get Gurkha cigars? Exactly. The group said, the people in the chat room speak for itself. Do not buy Gurkha cigars. Alright? I'm not trying to trash them, but so far I haven't found a good one. Don't even buy Gurkha cigar, but trade a few. Take your stuff that you have extra to trade for a few Gurkha cigars, just so that you have the experience. But I don't think they're worth money to pay for it. So don't pay for it, but trade for it, so that you can test it. Again, I say don't knock it until you try it, but once you try it, you know what you don't like. Search for the ones that you like. Try the one that you don't like. Hey Dan, what's going on? Now, let's talk about proper cigar etiquette, right? Proper cigar etiquette is do whatever that's right for you, but doesn't bother anybody else. That's pretty simple, right? Don't go to a cigar lounge and bother other people. Don't try to blow smoke at their face. Try to blow to the side. Sometimes I wave it a little bit just so that it doesn't get to them. I feel bad, And of course, sometimes the smoke, you can't really control where it goes. If you go to a lounge that has bad ventilation, everybody's smoking everybody's cigar. And the proper way of smoking the cigar is not to dust the ash, but you could dust the ash. Just don't go don't do that. That bothers some people. It bothers me. When I see some people like, bothers me. So how do you properly get rid of the ash on your cigar? Just touch the sides. Just touch the side and get it off. That's it. A lot of people like to see how long the cigar ash they can keep. Of course, the ash queen will tell you she can keep it all the way to the band. And that really tells you, having a good ash really tells you the quality of cigar. At the same time, tell you that you've been smoking your cigar correctly. You took your time. You're not moving too much, and really have enjoyed the cigar. That's why, you know, the cigar ash is long, because you didn't move out that much. You didn't put it down all that much. You didn't take it out that much. You didn't shake it. And you really take your time to smoke it. And that's why you have an even burn, nice ash, and something you can enjoy. All right. Another thing that I want to talk about is, for smoking cigars, sometimes even the best cigar is gonna draw like a horrible dollar cigar. All right. It's a man-made product. They are not all perfect, and that's what makes it different. So if you had a bad experience with one cigar, wait a little bit and give another try, because it might be because you got a bad one. Right? Everything has a bad one. Sometimes you buy a TV that's bad. Sometimes you buy a car that's bad. Actually, most of the time you buy a car that's bad, and you have to go back and repair it. So, you know, you gotta give a chance. So always get 2 or 3 of the same cigar if you want to give it enough chance. Something rare, you want to get at least 2, so that you don't go like, I only have 1 of those, I never gotta smoke it. So, what's next? After you learn to enjoy your cigar, you go to lounges, you become a regular at your lounges, and you talk to people and all that stuff. One of the things I want to talk about is if you ask somebody, said, "Hey, why are you smoking?" and he says something like "Gurkha," you're not gonna say, "Dude, that thing tastes like shit, man." Don't do that. Don't do that. Do it at your private home. Go home and say, "Oh my god, that Gurkha tastes like shit." That's okay. Don't pick a fight in the group. Don't pick a fight in the public, you know, atmosphere. So no. Price does not determine whether or not a cigar is good. But at the same time, this is true. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. But what you pay for does not equivalent to the amount of enjoyment that you have, okay? When you're with people that you would like to be with, cigar automatically is more enjoyable. Okay, you can have a very cheap cigar, it's very enjoyable. So just because you're smoking $100 cigar, it does not mean that cigar is better than your $8 cigar. It does not mean that. It just means that whatever they use to process to create that cigar cost them a lot of money. So they had to get that money back. Or they could be one of those like $1 million cigars, like, ha, you're so dumb. I'm gonna sell it for $1 million and you're gonna pay me for it. And you gotta smoke it and you're gonna go, oh, this is bad, but I spent $100 on it, you know? And then you're gonna go, oh, this is bad. And then you tell them, well, guess what the cigar company is gonna tell you? It's gonna tell you, hey, but did you die? No, you didn't. So, whatever you pay does not equivalent to the amount of enjoyment you gotta get out of that cigar. It just tells you how rare it is. All right, how rare it is. All right, so you get what you pay for, but it does not equivalent to how good you gotta enjoy the cigar. Because sometimes you gotta enjoy, let's say, a flavor of coffee. You hated the woodsy notes. Let's say you hated the woodsy note. You love coffee. You gotta find a lot of Maduros actually your palate. But once you smoke an Opus X, which is cost you like $30, versus that $8 one, Opus X, everybody knows that it's quite quality cigars. But Opus X is very woodsy, and you gotta hate it. You gotta go, oh, I spent $30 on this. This thing tastes nothing but wood. But some people who enjoys wood is gotta find that particular cigar is very enjoyable, $30 worth. So you get what you pay for, but does not mean that more you pay is gonna be more enjoyable. Okay? But does a more expensive cigar has its own place in the cigar world, yeah, people like to buy expensive cigars for celebration purposes because they're rare. A lot of time cigars are more expensive because they are rare, and all the time, you might want to smoke something rare as a celebration. So, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be buying expensive cigars. I'm just saying that sometimes you want to keep those as celebration use. And for example, Padrones, they are kind of expensive. A lot of people smoke them for celebration. They range from like $15 to like $60. So, how much the cigar worth to you is up to you to judge, because in the end, you're the one that's gonna enjoy it, and how much is worth it to you is, to the beholder. How much the item is worth is to the beholder. So, sometimes things get more expensive, sometimes it gets less. Now, I'm more than 1/3 through, and I just want to talk about the palate and the flavor on this thing. It's actually towards the sweeter side of cedar notes on this thing. The star anise, the flavor of that spice kind of goes away per se. The strength starts to pick up a little bit more. So it from like absolutely no strength to medium strength, start to pass that point, and it starts to have a different kind of spice. All right, so it's not like the pepper spice anymore. It doesn't burn your nose from retrohale anymore. It starts to have a little bit of coffee and toasted nuts flavor to this thing. So it's transitioned a little bit. And all the time you'll find, if you never dust your cigar, you might have the same flavor throughout. But if you dust your cigar once in a while, you get a transition faster, because whatever that you had before, the air doesn't have to go through that note anymore. You have a different set of note. Particular cigar is good. I actually like this. That's why I see I have a box of it, because I like to keep boxes of things that I like. Okay, so where were we? We went to how to smoke a cigar, and then the cigar etiquette, and a few of the things. All right. A lot of people has got to smoke the cigar in a very particular way. Okay, don't comment on other people's ways of smoking cigars. Some people has got to smoke their cigar backwards. Some people has got to chew their cigar cap, and some people has got to drool all over the cigars. Just don't mention it. Whatever they enjoy, you might enjoy it a certain way. I enjoy to do things for the science of it. So I do crazy stuff where people will feel grossed out and seriously insulted by the way I treat cigars sometimes. So just do whatever makes you happy, and don't ruin other people's happiness. Pairing. Now that you smoke a lot of cigars, you gotta figure, what can I make this more enjoyable? Well, for one, water is a horrible pairing for cigars. Alright? Water is a horrible pairing for cigars. When you smoke cigars, you want something that's woodsy, something that has a palate cleanse ability. So coffee is one very popular way of cleaning your palate. So a lot of coffee, because of smokiness, the roasted nuts, and some cigar has the coffee note. Coffee goes very, very, very. Let me get back to that in a minute. Coffee is very good selection, and obviously whiskey, tea, cognac, wine. You'll find those different drinks actually helps you to enjoy a cigar more. But that really it comes to experiments. Like some people don't drink at all, so they'll go with something that's not alcoholic, something that's more easy. And I recommend starting with coffee, different brands of coffee, espresso, and all that stuff. That could be a good start where you want to start with the with your cigar journey. Okay. All right. So next, since Jason has brought this up, when you go out to buy cigars, you gotta find a playground of humidors. You gotta go into places that have multiple humidors and all that stuff. And there are a few things you can do and there are a few things you shouldn't be doing. All right, when you go pick your cigars, you gotta find two kind of cigars. Cigars in the cello, which is this kind of stuff, plastic bag, and cigar without a cello, which is just naked. It's just like that, sitting over there. If it's in the cello, do not take out of the cello. Do not take out of the cello. It's in the cello for a reason. Do not take out of the cello. So, when it's in the cello, what can you do? You can see whether or not the cigar is properly humidified by just kind of roll it in your fingers like that. Don't press it too hard. Don't damage the cigar. Just kind of feel it to see if that's the hardness that you like. You'll find some that's very squishy. That's over humidified. You'll find some that you can press it and hear cracking sound from the leaf. That's too dry. So just give it a feel. And the most important part is actually where the cap is. Feel the cap to make sure it's not too tight, because that's gotta be hard draw. And when you can't smoke that thing, it's really, really not good. Inspect the cigar, make sure there's no crack, no holes, okay? When I say holes on there, I'm meaning like real holes. That means there's beetles in there. Don't get that. All of them has beetle eggs, but some of them has live beetle in there. So if you see holes in there, just tell the store owner, say, hey, this cigar has hole in there. All right? If you see crumbs and cracked leaf and stuff like that, that might not be a cigar that you want to pick up. All right? Just do that. The ones that don't have cellos on. Now, what is proper is to hold only the middle. Don't touch here. Don't touch here. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do it until you bought it. Once you bought it, do whatever you want. Lick it all you want. Like, drooling, shove it behind. Whatever you want to do. All right? Do whatever you want to do after you buy it. But before you buy it, keep your hands in the middle. Don't touch here. Don't touch here. Don't do this. Basically treat this as food. Okay? If somebody else do this, you probably wouldn't want to buy it. Don't lick the cap. Don't smell it. Don't go like. Don't do that. That ruined the whole cigar for someone else. Once you buy it, once you decided you gotta buy that one, you can do that. But if you didn't decide to do that, please don't do that. Just kind of take a look at it. Make sure you look. Just pick it up. Take a good look. Foot is clean. The size good. Very nice construction. By the way, this is a journey. So, give it a good look. Beautiful. Minimal veins. Shiny, oily. That's good. That's a good cigar. Pick it up. Go home. Don't do anything that you wouldn't do to someone else's food. All right. Don't do anything that you wouldn't do to someone else's food. Because the store will hate you and probably never wanted you to do that again. Now, oh, that's good. Just gotta keep that lit. Now, do I have the bad habit of choosing through all the cigars? I do. But that's because I buy a lot of cigars. Usually I buy a whole box of it. So I will go out and buy $1,000 cigars easily. So I do choose a lot of cigars. But even that, I just let them lay on a wooden tray so I can look through them. The evenness, the quality of each one of them. I don't pick it up and go. No, I don't do that. I just look through it, pick it up, take a look, compare the two, give a little press to see how nicely they were stored. That was pretty much it. All right, so you could request for someone to open another box of cigar for you, but that's only if you knew you gotta buy them. If you knew that you're not gonna buy them, don't do that to the store owners. They, a lot of time they wanted to be able to sell the whole box. All right, Dan. Talk to you later. See you on Saturday, right? All right. So, next, after you purchase a cigar and all that stuff, you had to know a few things. Now you bought a lot of cigars. Now you had to save your wallet. Save your wallet. Save your wallet. Save your wallet. Keep a budget for yourself. How much you can spend on cigars and all that stuff. Don't over purchase. I know there's always I need to have that right now. I need to have that right now. I need to have that right now. And I have to have that right now. But keep a budget for yourself, because we always overbuy. We always overpurchase. We always do. Keep a budget for yourself actually help you to determine what is most important to you right now to smoke. Right? That way you don't go splurge on cigars that you're not going to smoke for 3 years. You go splurge on what's something that you want to smoke now. Right? So, you know, my rule of thumb is always purchase the one that's daily smoke first. Whatever that's left, buy something that interests you. And then if you still have something left, buy something that you gotta store. Alright? Dailies first, collects after, and something that you really want to store really, really long time after, at the end. So if you never get your daily taken care of, you shouldn't ever buy the one that's that you're not gonna smoke for a long time, because you'll run out of cigars to smoke. Well, if it's limited and you have no way to not have it at all, you contact Tony, because Tony might have a box sitting somewhere. Join a group, you know, find out what people have. You can always trade for one that's, you know, limited and all that stuff. Don't just go splurge and spend like an Asian. So, I think that covers all the basic steps of becoming a cigar amateur. Wouldn't you say? You guys think that's good information for someone that just started out? Because I think that's pretty good information up to that point to you know, to get you somewhere, right? Now, what's next? Let's talk about our group again. Ta-da! Challenge accepted and has been completed. So, by the way, if you're first time watching this thing whatsoever, just you happen to drop by because you want to know about the banker or learn about cigars, if you have any questions, you can always drop comments below, because I always answer them, and you know, maybe eventually you'll be more interested in it. Now we're talking about the Shadow Smokers Legion. Legions, good job, by the way. Today, Bob the cigar guy decided to send out that check, $900 something. That's not small money. That's somebody's half a year of cigar budget. You know, we did a good job. You all deserve praises after praises, because you all have contributed to taking care of people that take care of us. All right, so that's good. Really, that is amazing. I mean, it brightens my day just to watch something like that, like the video that Bob put out, say that we did a good job, because you know, everybody wanted to hear that they did a good job, and then I think we did a good job. I think we did a good job, despite of the fact that only one person is going to win that hoodie, which is James Irvin. You know, for some reason the heaven turns and the moon's online. They decided to you know, make the winner the furthest away from me. So we gotta find a way to send it to him. That's no problem. But yeah, give me some time to send those out. I know a lot of you has requested the OG links. I can only make 3 or 4 of them a day. So, you know, give me some time on that one. I know you guys are waiting for it. Can't wait to get those. I promise you, eventually I'll get to all of you. I just kind of get busy. I have to allocate time for everything that I do. So that is one of the things that takes time. All right. Now, today I was kind of excited because I told the designer that the Voyage band is finalized. Okay, so send me the files. Now I was looking at the band, and then people was talking about, hey, make that band a ring, make that band a sticker, make that band whatever. And I was like, you know what can I do with that? I was playing with it. And guess what? While I was playing with it, I finally decided on our lapel pen design. I know that took forever. The patch is not even out yet, but this looks so good. I have to show it to you guys because I was playing around with it, copy paste, and and I got to that design. I was like, thank God I didn't make the lapel pin with the original design, because this design should blow you out of your mind. And I'm gonna show it to you guys. You guys ready to see this? You guys ready to see it? The lapel pin design. And gotta know it's a rough draft. I just played with it, erase, copy, paste, put it together like that. Okay. So when you guys are ready, I can show it to you. The lapel pin design. And if you see it, you'll be like, it's worth the money. Okay? You guys ready? You guys ready? Let me know you guys ready. And all I'm asking is, if you like it, you gotta hit the like button. Alright? If you like it, hit the like button. Alright? Now, let me turn on the screen. Alright. Ready? I think it's this one. Nope. Might be this one. Ta-da! What do you guys think for a lapel pin? Would you like a lapel pin that looks like this? Would you like a lapel pin that looks like this? So I clear out the sides, the bands, things that we don't need. Take away the bands, and put our logos on it, our names on it. Put that in the shadow we unite on top of it. That might not even be there. Okay, in the shadow in the shadow we unite might not be there. Okay, I just put it on there just to see how it will look like. It might be too small because the hat area is tiny, and then I'm afraid that for the pin that might not show. But the Shadow Smoke Legion will be on the bottom. And if you like it, better hit that like button. Better hit that like button. So, I like it. I like it like this. It's very clean. It's only have a few colors. So it makes it easy to production. No, gold, 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 shiny gold! So, I think that majority of people is gonna like this. If I make it like this, wouldn't it be better than our original logo as the lapel pin? That way we have something different, right? I feel like that would be something different to wear on the hat. It's not just round, it will be shaped. And I think the lapel pin should be shaped in a special way. So, ta-da! We got a design for the lapel pin. I like it. I like it. I hope you guys like it too, because it looks sick. It looks great. It looks awesome. And it doesn't take too much of alteration once I have that file. Once I have the file, I just have to copy, paste, erase some stuff, and then just send that to the lapel pin companies and see which one will make it. That looks super awesome. That deserves a pin. That deserves something to go with it. So yeah, that's the progress on that. I decided to play with it, and it actually came out pretty good. Okay, now, back to the banker. It's gotten more cedary, it's gotten more coffee, the spice is pretty much gone, the earthiness is there. Pepper's not there, but it tastes like almost chili pepper, red pepper. It's got a little bit of different kind of spice to it. So far, still enjoyable, very enjoyable. It doesn't burn your nose to have retro hill, so it's got kind of good spice that I like. I have a little bit of toasted nut too. It's like a smoky-ish flavor to it. Pretty good. What was it gotta be for? That's gotta be for the lapel pins. Like those things that you put on your hat, like these things. It's gotta be the lapel pins. So, I hope you guys like that one, because when I saw it, after I arranged it together, it's like, this is it. I think we can do this one. This is a lot better than the circle one. It's a lot better than the circle one. So that will be into production once I have everything done, because I will have so many things going on. I just want to be something done. Another thing is, I made a post today and I deleted myself by accident, actually, about this Davidoff Wagner cigar. I don't know if you guys ever tasted before. Has anybody ever tried a Davidoff Wagner cigar? And I think it was like the first time they had it was like 2004 or something like that. Some really old time. What I heard is there's only got to be 10 boxes available where I can get it. Only 10 boxes they have. And it's got to be super limited. I never tried it myself before. So I just want to see if you guys will be interested in it. Because, he asked me if I want to set aside a few boxes when they arrive. It will arrive next week, though. Sometime next week. But, if you guys have anybody that actually smoked it before, and if it's good, let me know. Then I can ask them to save us a couple boxes. But yeah, I don't know anything about that cigar, so I don't know nothing about that cigar. I never tried it before. I don't know the price either. From what I heard, it's not gonna be expensive. It's not gonna be expensive. It's just exclusive. Hey Eric, and hey Nate. Oh, it's so good. So the flavor starts really waking up at this point. The strength is really getting to like a medium plus range. And you start to really get that toasted nuts. It's really start to get that coffee. You start really to get that little bit of chili pepper. The sweetness comes if you slowly smoke it. At this point, you want to go slow. The star anise did come back a little bit, but it's kind of combined with that little bit of earthiness to it, so it's not like head on kind of thing. Not bad though, not bad at all. I always could stand behind a H.Upmann product because they're usually good. I just don't like the way they set out the bands and stuff like that. It will take forever to get rid of it. And you see me start moving around a lot because I try not to stay in the same position for too long because my back and all that stuff. So you'll see me start moving here and there. So yeah, that's what I heard. And don't forget, this weekend is Davidoff meet. We're gonna meet at Davidoff. I'll talk to the guy. The guy's like, I'm gonna order the booze. There's gotta be alcohol there. It's gotta be cigars there, and it's gotta be enjoyment there. I'm gonna be there. So make sure if you're around the area, show up. Show up. So we're gonna have a lot of fun over there at Saturday. Heads up that Saturday night we're not gonna have live because Saturday night I will be in New York and I don't have all my equipment and the whole night. I just gotta be relaxing at that time. I just gotta be relaxing at that time to enjoy my time over in New York. So Saturday night there won't be live chat anymore on that particular Saturday, but I might put up something. Right? I already told you guys I'm recording something, so I'm gonna put up something. So make sure to watch that. Very good cigar. So that's covered, and what else is not covered? Pretty much all the stuff is not covered. So where are we? Let's talk about, first of all, any questions on all the stuff that is going on right now? Anyone? Any questions on all the stuff that's going on right now? I think I have everything covered, but sometimes I forget stuff. And if you win something, you have stuff that I need to send to you, just give me a little more time because I'm kind of trying to not to go to USPS that often anymore, and try to combine everything and send it together. So it's gonna take some time what you guys didn't know is I've been traveling already. I've been traveling same day, just travel back, make sure I've been here. So, you know, I'm kind of busy, not home all the time. So, you know, around this time of the year, the second quarter of the year is really busy for me. So, you know, I can only do so much. All right, so let's answer one by one. What's up with the politics of cigars? Nothing, literally nothing. Nothing changes for us, really, at this point. You gotta hear a lot of things going on, but I can tell you that nothing really changed, okay? There's more sanctions in Cuba, but that doesn't change anything for us. We still cannot legally buy Cubans here anyway, all right? So that didn't change. And you're a little behind. What's up with the other cigar you're bringing out? So we have the second cigar called The Voyage, and that's the next cigar that's coming out for the group. And basically we try to get an accurate count of how many people wants that cigar. So, you know, it will be a one-time print all the bands, put it together for the group. It will be for the summer. It will be for the summer. So the soonest it's gonna ever come out is probably June. All right, because all the things need to be printed and all that stuff. So it's a summer cigar. All right, next. When do I have time? Don't burn myself up. I already burned myself to the ash. I like burn to my ash. So I have to find how to balance myself. You know, but you'll see. Like, I mean, if I'm running out of time, I'll honestly tell you guys that I'm running out of time. I need more time on certain things. So, you know, I'm a very honest person. If something's up with me, I'll let you guys know. That you will know. So right now, I'm kind of busy. I'm kind of behind for sure. But still, I don't want to let that stop anything that we're doing because I enjoy it. It's literally, even though there's a lot of things to do, I enjoy doing it. So that's that. And next, Journey cigar. Back to the Journey cigars. Basically, I know a lot of people have smoked the Journey cigar by now, and you super enjoyed it, right? You guys enjoyed the Journey cigar, and I know that a lot of you actually liked it once you smoked it, and then you realize that you didn't buy enough. So, you know, I already run 1 round of refills, but if you guys feel like you guys need more refill, now is the time to tell me that you guys need more refills, because I might do another round of refills for everybody. So, you know, if that's something that you want to do, let me know. I already have a post out there to see if anybody wants a refill. It wouldn't make sense to do like 1 or 2 refill for me to order them. So I try to fill 25 before I do it, or 25 or more. So if you guys want that, you gotta let me know so that I can order them for you guys. I don't know when that will be discontinued. I just don't know. So I can just keep ordering until we don't have it. At least I'll keep ordering until the next cigar comes out. Once the next cigar comes out, we probably will never order Journeys anymore. So that's that. But, you know, I'm very glad to hear that a lot of you enjoyed Journey cigars. It was a good cigar. So I definitely enjoyed it a lot. So, you know, if you guys enjoyed it, you want to keep a few more, let me know. Next, what else is next? I think I covered everything. You know, sometimes I just forget, and then I end up having to do a Facebook Live to kind of add it. Okay, to answer Michael Lopez's question, okay. To support local BNN, would you pay a little bit above online price? Now, I can tell you that the only online store that I shop in was Cigars Daily. The rest I buy from brick and mortars. That I can tell you for sure. I always travel to the place to buy them or order it through the phone where I go to the actual store, right? So, you know, when you go to a store, brick and mortar, is that you develop a friendship, you develop a relationship that, you know, they will take care of you. You know, whatever you need, give them a call, they will find it for you. So I don't mind to pay a little more. In fact, I always pay a little more, right? Because I buy from brick and mortar. You gotta know that online industry who undersells their cigar prices are kind of ruining this whole industry. Like, you're slowly adding to the pressure of your local brick and mortars. You're adding it to it. You're making it disappear. Because if everybody buys online, what's gonna happen is eventually you can only buy cigar online. It's just like right now, you see all those mall stores closing. It's because we buy everything from Amazon, and that is what ruins the physical stores, because there's no reason to go to physical store anymore. So if you wanna continue to have a place to smoke, continue to have brick and mortars where you can just walk in and find a few cigars here and there, you need to kind of support them in that few dollars. And when you think about it, it's actually not that big price to pay. Because when you find out you have no local lounges, no place that you can get a quick cigar immediately, at that point, if somebody say, hey, would you pay $100 right now to bring back the store? You probably say you would. So, support your brick and mortars and buy their product, pay a little bit more. That helped them to survive. And that, particularly that if that helped them to survive, you get a place to hang out. So yeah, I'm always willing to pay a little bit more. I always willing to pay the store prices. That's my thought on it, because it's important to me that the hobby, the whole industry survives. If only thing that you can find the cigars online, you'll find that you'll try a lot of new things less. Okay, you'll find a lot of new things less, and you even make it less of incentive to make you new cigars, because the industry is dying. Then there's no reason to make new stuff. There's no reason to compete. There's no reason to fight the government on it, because if they gotta sell it online, they skip the tax anyway. So keep that in mind. If you love this hobby, you like this hobby. I'm not saying all the time, but once in a while, pay a few more bucks to get the convenience. It's actually not that bad. It's helping the industry. Think of it as helping the industry. All right. Any more questions? If there's no questions, we have roughly about 40 minutes again. We can do a story time again, or something that you guys would like to talk about. Give me a topic, we can talk about it. Like, I don't particularly have much topic. If you're asking me what I do around now, I'm packing and unpacking. Packing, unpacking, packing, unpacking. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything in too much in particular. So just packing, unpacking, packing, unpacking. But I like to see, if you guys have any questions. I like to see if any have any concerns of what's going on. And, if you guys want to hear a story time, give me a topic. I can give you guys a story, just like last time. Last time we talked about where I used to live and the haunted place. Did you guys enjoy those photos? I purposely skipped some photos because there's actually the photos of those dead bodies when they fell down the roof. It's blurred, so you can't really see it. But I skipped those photos of people actually jumping down. I'm not getting a truck. I'm not getting a truck. The thing about getting a car for the family is that you want to make sure that everybody in the family, including your in-laws, are able to drive them. And my in-laws are not really good at driving. In fact, my mother-in-law will not drive highways. She will not drive highways. Not highways. So, she definitely cannot drive a truck. She definitely cannot, my father-in-law will not drive a truck either. So, if I get a truck, it will sit there majority of the time until I need to use it. Doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, we can have a story time, or we can talk about other cigars. Somebody give me a topic. Somebody bring up something so that I can elaborate for you. Do you have any questions? Cigars related question, non-cigar related question, medical questions, science questions, Now is the Tony the consultant time. Tony the consultant time. You got a personal problem? Erectile dysfunction? Constipation? Health concerns? You owe the government too much money? The African prince decided to give you $2 million, but you don't know how to get it? What happened lately is pretty funny because obviously if you went to college, you know that you'll have a not yet we haven't started the bump list yet because I have to compile a whole list of names and address. I just haven't had that time to get around with it, so give me some time on that one. So my wife has a college email that she haven't used for forever. So once you graduate from college, you will just forward your college email to your regular email, and that's what happened. So she literally set it so that most of the email goes to the junk email. It goes to the junk email box, and she's been checking her junk email box because she had to clean out her email box, and she found that there's one guy that says, "I have hacked your email." Okay, it's spoofed email, so it looks like it's from her college email. So it says, "I have hacked your email, and I have total control of your information, and you better not share this to everybody because you got this virus through porn sites, and that I have infected your email, that I have total control. I even hacked your camera so that I have video of you pleasuring yourself. So if you don't want that to happen, send $930 something to my Bitcoin account." And my wife read it, she started laughing. She started laughing because she hasn't used that email account for ages. Like, back then, there was not a lot of computer with webcams. So, what are you talking about? So, obviously, we know it's phishing and all that stuff. But I try to tell her, like, we should respond to that to see what he have, because I'm interested to see what videos he have. I would love to see it. But knowing that he doesn't have anything, and you can see this person sent 6 or 7 of that same email from the same email address, which is like spoofed, so that it shows that is her college account and all that stuff. And she literally had to call her IT at the college and says, "This is what's going on." Before she even finished it, the guy said, "Yeah." He said he's got your video and he want money to his Bitcoin account. She's like, "Yeah," and he started laughing. He's like, "Everybody's getting that lately." So somebody from the college might have a mailing list and sold it on the dark web, and somebody had it and just started sending it to everybody. Chris Kirby, where can I get one of those little smoking men cigar holders? This one? I got it from Cigar Mechanic. Buying some cigars. So what you can do is you can ask in the group, ask Cigar Mechanic Brendan Wells, how do you get one of these? And he will be able to hook you up. You just have to buy some cigars, and he'll be able to either send it to you or find a way that you can get it. That's how you get it. Good cigar. I mean, it's lasted about an hour, a little bit, and still kind of burning. So I'm gonna continue to smoke this. Also in the group, you'll find some of the posts, or 1 or 2 posts, that I stopped commenting on it. So like you can't comment on it. I stopped the ability to comment on it. It's because it was kind of like borderline. It's kind of political, but it's cigar related. So to avoid arguing of some sort and just went political, I stopped commenting so nobody can comment on it. So people can read it. It's still important information, but you can't comment on it. Try to stay away from political stuff on in the group, so that way we don't have fights. Two things in the group is never healthy, which is political fights and religious fights. When you have one of those holy wars going on, nothing's gonna stop it. Nothing's gonna stop it. Religion is such a basically when you have something that's based on faith, all right, based on faith alone, no fact will win. Majority of the time, the fact wins. But if it's faith alone, no fact will win. So, religion's faith, politics is faith. That's why you gotta kind of this and that. That's why I had to stop it and make sure that it doesn't keep going. Michael, is Dixie Enormous that brother you're talking about, that friend you're talking about? By the way, if you guys already want to send out mail bombs, which is perfectly fine, go ahead and ask me to see if I already have the address, because obviously I already been sending out a lot of stuff. So I have majority of the address already. So check with me to see if I have the address yet. If not, I'll let you know I don't have the address. So another thing is what's still available right now. We still have the stickers. Coins, we still have some. We might run out, but we still have some. So if you're new members, you want those coins, I still have them. If you want them, they are still available. The t-shirt in the group. If you're first time here, we do have merchant store in the link description below, so you can find that there. If you want to donate to the channel, you can also do that. If not, I would appreciate that if you share this video to those people who just started their cigar hobby journey and literally want to learn something. Then have them join us here. We hit 151 on our group. 151. So if you don't know our group already, we're Shadow Smoker Legion, and we have we're a group of exclusive amazing people, and some of the people that's also in our group is actually also a content creator. So if you watch this channel already, I heavily recommend you to also watch a few other channels, which is Martin Amaya's channel, which he does cigar reviews. We also have Cigar Prop, which he makes props, but he also does cigar reviews. He's one of our new members. I don't know him that well, but we support him. We support him as well. And of all of us, we definitely have a character, which is Bob the Cigar Guy. Bob the Cigar Guy does very good cigar reviews. At the same time, he shares his stories and very inspirational, bring up uplifting mood to your day. So if you have a bad day, just go watch his video. You will end up either blow up your eardrum or become really happy for the day. That was. So yeah, because I remember everybody's screen name by now, kind of, but Dixie Enormous is a good screen name. So I hope your bro actually learned something in this particular episode. It is a review episode. A lot of information, that's something that we already know, but there are a lot of people out there that don't know, and hopefully that this particular video could be shared to different people. They will learn that the basic of getting started. This is just the basic of getting started. Obviously, there's always something to learn, and nobody's expert. Everybody become good at something, and then we develop our own way to do it. We started our own way to do it. Everybody have their own way of smoking cigar. Everybody have their own way of puffing the cigar. Like me, I take 2 draws before I take the real draw. because I like the full burn rather than half burn kind of thing. So now I know bend over, but Mike Hunt. Oh, okay. Here we go. That took me a while. Excuse my English. My God. I really hope that they make another Austin Power. I heard a while back. I heard they were making another one, but they say that because of the political correctness, that movie wouldn't be funny anymore. Like a lot of movies that we used to watch in the past, it was funny, right? You know, when you see Fat Bastard, it's literally a sumo wrestler that's fat and you think was funny. But nowadays, because the way the political correctness is, that offends some people. Now, if you're watching this and you're easily offended, I would like to ask you stop being offending. Don't be offended. Let other people feel the fun, the humor in it. If you can see humor in everything, you gotta have a good life. If you gotta be offended by every little thing that's out there, you'll never be happy because every little thing offends you. Alright? So be happy of what they are. If you don't enjoy that joke, go to the next one. Right? There's always other joke that you might enjoy. But don't ruin the fun for everybody else, you know. I wanted to see another Austin Power. You know, I like that little pinky guy, alright? So, you know, despite of not having Mini-Me in there anymore because he's dead. So, but I think they still can make a good story out of it. Now I think it's like just not happening. But I like that kind of movie. I like movie that's just purely for the fun of it. And you know, don't be offended. Look the other way. Look the other way. You know, I grew up with those movies, and I really feel like those movies are fun. Like Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura is very offensive now in today's standard. But when I watch it, I laugh. I laugh so hard. You know, especially when the indigenous people decide to shoot him in the leg. It's like, ah. That makes me laugh. You know, a lot of those things makes people laugh, you know, even though it might be rude to somebody, but, you know, it's for the fun of it. Just enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, don't watch it. It's okay. It's okay not to like everything. You know, it's okay. But, you know, you don't have to ruin it by saying that it offends you. You know how many movies out there that stereotype Asians? Asian is always the first one to die in any movies. If there's no reaction to your joke, you have failed. If there's no reaction to your joke, you have failed. Yes and no. There are some jokes that just like inside jokes. Only insider will get it. I mean, obviously, sometimes it takes me a minute or two to get it. You know, I had to read it and see if it makes sense, and then had to go through my head. If that doesn't make sense, it go to translate to another language, see if that makes sense, and continue to go, you know? No. If there's Asian goes first. And then black. Asian goes first and then black. Look at those movies. You know, when I watch movies, you know, especially like an action movie, and with my wife, and we'll see the first Asian guy there. If the Asian guy wasn't a main character, we'll be like, that Asian guy's gotta die first. And it's always true. It's always true. Lately, though, they've been putting a lot of Asian grand villains. So, you know, those Asians gonna die later. But still have Asians die first because they always have those, you know, the weaker Asians go first. You go kill them. You go kill them. I don't like this guy. You go kill them. You go kill them. I'm gonna kill you. You know, that's gotta happen first. I'm being Asian, I thought that was funny. So, yeah, don't get offended by those things, because they are funny. When it comes to blood and gore, obviously, we're all adults here, so... Come on, you gotta... Don't make them to a point where when you watch a movie, somebody get punched. Supposed to be blood coming out, it became soda. Don't do that. let's not ruin the industry of enjoyment entertainment, right? That being said, I don't think anybody ever dies in Avenger or Marvels or superhero movies. They don't die. They all get beat up. They'll pass out. They don't die though. When's the last time you see somebody die? I'm not saying that it's part of the story plot, and that's a different story. But when you see people fighting, they usually don't die, right? They get shot in the leg and they're down. They will never get up again. Captain America hit you with a shield. You're down. You're not gonna die, but you're down. But that considered as defeated. How crazy is that? I just, a lot of times I just realize, like, wait, they defeated all these people. Those people's gotta get up in 5 minutes. So, I'd rather see them, like, dead, right? I want to see things like, what's the movie's name? Like The Mechanic, they actually just, kill the dude, If you want to defeat the dude, kill the dude, blew up and something like that. And something like, what's the name? Like, whenever I think of a movie, I forget the name. Not John Cena. I know you're thinking about John Cena. Not John Cena. John Wick. I want to watch movies like those. John Wick. He literally just kills you. Right? He goes out there and kill you. And the reason is, you kill his dog. You kill his dog, you deserve to die. That's one of the things about my wife. She'll watch a movie. If somebody killed the dog, she's like, no, that person needs to die. If somebody kills a dog, that person needs to die. So, John Wick is one of those movies I like. I like to see a movie that just literally has no plot. It just goes around and kill people. Those are good movies. Did I see Polar on Netflix? No, I have not seen Polar on Netflix. Polar. I remember browse through it. And actually I had to ask my wife what Polar is about because she actually knows. And then I didn't watch it. Is it about zombies? If it's about zombies, I definitely didn't see it because my wife does not watch anything about zombies. No, I have not. Based on that name, I probably don't want to know what's in there. Hardcore Henry, we might cross that line just talking about what's on that movie. But yeah, if Polar is about zombies and stuff like that, I probably never seen it. I like to watch movies sometimes just for pure entertainment value. Has no plot. That's okay. I'm okay with no plot. Just entertainment. Right? I will watch a lot of things that offends people. That I watch because if he offends somebody, it must be true. Right? If he offends you enough, it must be some sort of stereotype. That's why he offends you. It's the first ever first-person shooter movie. I have to look into it. I haven't been watching a lot of TV shows lately because I've been trying to catch up on the anime. And usually I watch through 3 anime at the same time with multiple screens just to catch up on it. But I haven't been able to do that because I'm busy. This last little bit is full of coffee and cedar. So if you like coffee note, cedar note, this is the cigar for you. Alright, I'll try to watch it when I have time. When you watch movies, sit there for a whole hour or 2. So I gotta have time to do that. I literally don't have time. It's not on the airplane. I probably don't have a chance to watch it. It's whatever that's on the airplane. I've watched what's that movie called? Shoot. See, when I try to think of a movie name, I forget. The Marvel and DC guy. That was, I think, I called. Red Mask, radioactive, cannot die. I'm just drawing a blank. Two Swords, red guy, radioactive, cannot die. Fourth dimension speaker. Deadpool, that's right. Here we go. We become like a game. Just guess what it is. Deadpool. I watched Deadpool 2 like 10 times by now because that's what's on the airplane. Red Sparrow, Deadpool, Avenger 1 has been played multiple times. John Wick, and the one that's similar to John Wick, the one with Tom Cruise, whatever that movie is called. Well, Jimmy grabbed my attention and actually entertained me. I definitely had to watch that. It had to be on the airplane for me to watch it because I just don't have time to watch any other movies lately. I actually have 16 episodes of Blacklist that I need to watch through. Nice. I like the Deadpool character because I feel like that Deadpool character is what I find a good human being is like. Always sarcastic, always fun, always like to make fun of everything. That's really nice, in ways. If you ever go to like Comic Cons and stuff like that, you always find out one Deadpool that goes out to mess with everybody. That's the best part, Really get into character. But while I'm here, while you guys are here and Martin and Maya is about to leave, DC or Marvel? DC or Marvel? First one is better than, yeah. When they try to really do another story, it's hard to beat the original because the original tells you the how that person come about, and when you know what that person about, you kind of expect a movie that's not so much story driven. But when they try to do part 2, the story driven part gets too in there and not much of the fighting and stuff like that. So wait, why not both? You can like both, but which one do you prefer more? Do you like Superman more? Or do you like Captain America more? Batman. I've been playing video games, and then it's a game that it's 5 versus 5 battling game, and inside there's Batman, and I've been narrating in the chat a lot lately. I'll be like, I'm Batman, I'm rich, and this game is making me poor. A lot of people actually don't find that funny. I don't know why, but I find it funny. My wife will just laugh her ass off just right next to me while I'm playing the game. Just go, I'm Batman. I will be killing a person. I will be like, Alfred, clean this dead body up because he's dead. Wolverine is your favorite character. Wolverine is Marvel, right? Wolverine is still Marvel, right? Now I gotta kind of help me out here because I don't know the comic that well. I do know, X-Men because obviously X-Men is on TV, but I don't know much about where they belong, kind of thing, But one thing I didn't like too much is the fact that Superman's story is kind of twisted. I mean, I can understand Batman, he's rich, he's got all the technology, and then go out and beat people up and stuff like that. And he beating the Superman just doesn't make sense to me. Because if Superman wants, he can destroy the whole Earth if he feel like to, right? But losing to a Batman, that just did not make sense. I know you try to make the story interesting, and then it's like, oh, it's totally not what I expected. But Superman will never lose to a Batman. If you want to, just keep a good distance, burn the whole Earth up. You won. carry Batman, go all the way to space. There's no air. He's gotta blow up. Superman should always be Batman at any given time. That didn't make sense to me. I like the darkness of DC. Isn't the most DC story starts with somebody that lose their entire family kind of thing? It seems like that way. You know, they lose their entire family, so now they have reason to be a hero. There's one thing I didn't like about Marvel story. Is that they announced that Captain America is actually bad guy. That I didn't like. I mean, if you try to make something interesting, don't ruin the main character. Wait, there's a new Joker movie? I didn't know that. There's a new Joker movie? Is it by the same guy though? That guy did a good job on the Joker. That guy did a good job on the Joker. And Harry Quinn, that American Quinn, the female Joker, Harry Quinn, that she did a good job too. I think they totally should make another one where Harley Quinn can have that her Joker costume. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I like that. I like the Harley Quinn. That like she needs to have that authentic Joker costume one time or another, because I think she did a good job. I really think the Joker did a very good job. All right, that Joker actually feel like Joker. Well, I'm not saying that the previous Joker, the guy that suicide, didn't do a good job. He did a good job. But, I can understand that movie character can really mess with your mind. You're in character, and then once you go back to reality world, you're like, oh my god, what am I doing? And that could mess up your mind. But playing a good Joker is hard. That Joker did a good job. I like that. I mean, I'm not a particular comic person, but I still keep up with the story here and there. So they changed the Joker guy. I hope he did a good job. I hope he does a good job, because Joker is a hard character to play. You gotta be pretty messed up to play that. Pretty messed up. So I can imagine. I mean, if you go Brokeback Mountain, you can play Joker. Yeah. So let's talk about side effect of cigars. I think this could be interesting. I actually just thought about it, because sometimes I do thought about side effect of cigars. Do you guys ever have the side effect of cigars? And I'm talking about, not the obvious one. Obviously, you feel dizzy and all that stuff when you have too much nicotine. But do you have other side effect of cigars, like teeth pain, or sore throat, or sore mouth, or having to run to the bathroom very often after cigars? Do you have those problems? Because I have talked to somebody about side effect of cigars, because it's like a back and forth. Is cigar good for you? Is cigar bad for you? And he started talking about the side effect of cigars. It's like, when I smoke cigar, my teeth hurts. Or when I smoke cigars, my jaw hurts. When I smoke cigars, I get dizzy. When I smoke cigar, I get hungry. When I smoke cigar, I tend to have to run to the bathroom right after. That kind of stuff. Does that happen to you? The magic of nicotine actually does a lot of stuff to you. It contracts your muscle and stuff like that. So that's why your teeth hurts, because your gum is kind of contracting a little bit. But eventually you get used to it. And I feel that this is a good chance to kind of put in this video that, when you smoke cigar for the very first time, or when you smoke cigar quite often, you are going to see those side effects of nicotine. You are going to get some contraction of muscles, which gives you jaw pain or teeth pain, or having to go to the bathroom because the contraction pushing the leftovers out. So you are gonna have that side effect, but those side effect is not necessarily bad per se. The only side effect, I wanted to get another cigar. Okay, well that's not side effect. That's more like after effect. This cigar's good. I need a whole box of it. You know, a lot of people have those side effects, and especially if you're the beginner, you are gonna experience all those listed side effects, all those listed side effects. So make sure you have big meal. Eat a big meal. Eat a good meal. Have some chicken broth. When you feel dizzy, chicken broth, soda, something give you some sugar and salt. That's gonna help you. And I forgot to add that in there. So now that I kind of readdressed it a little bit, you are gonna get some side effects. There are always but then everything has side effects. For example, having sugar, being happy is the side effect. Believe it or not, sugar makes people happy automatically. It actually helps your brain produce that happy hormone. It actually make your brain produce morphine. Your brain can actually produce morphine, and when it produces morphine, it makes you want something. It's addicting. That's why you want that more. It produces that happiness to it. Sugar does that. Sugar actually have that side effect, and that's actually considered side effect. If you read the medical journals, that's part of the side effect that's on sugar. Makes you happy. It makes you happy. It makes you release insulin. Dopamine is actually is a happy hormone, but it's not the same way as your brain producing a morphine effect. It's there though. It's there. Dopamine actually help you. Dopamine is similar to endorphin. Your brain can actually bring out endorphin. It actually makes you feel like certain things don't matter. So, but I'm talking about morphine. Your brain can produce morphine. It's a chemical that your brain can actually produce. But dopamine, yeah, it will give you that effect as well. But dopamine is not addicting. Morphine is. That's why you're addicted to sugar. But yeah, eventually those effect goes away as you get more used to nicotine. Your body will be like, oh, just nicotine. Hey, nicotine, how you doing? See you later. That kind of thing. But at first, when nicotine move in, it shows up. Hey, good night. You show up, and he shows up and says, hey, I'm here. And your body's like, oh, hi, nicotine. I haven't seen you before. What do you need? Oh, I need to contract all your muscles. That's gonna make me feel like a home. So your body goes, okay, let's just do that. Contract all the muscles. Everybody. Everything that you can possibly squeeze, you squeeze. Including your buttock. Squeeze! And then your body reacts to that. But, just like your best friend that shows up at your house, very first time you bring out all the food that you possibly can, share your cigars and all that stuff. After the 50th time he shows up, you're like, you know where things are. Make yourself at home. Oh yeah, you know the rule. You can only go to a cigar to that cabinet, but not the one upstairs. Same thing with your body. Now nicotine shows up. Oh hey nicotine, you're here again. You were just here yesterday. I need all the muscles to contract. I'll deal with it later. That's what's happening. You get used to it. So yeah, your body will produce less and less. But sugar is different though. Sugar, every time you consume, you'll realize that you consume more and more sugar, more and more and more and more and more and more and more sugar. You feel the need to. Cigar, you don't necessarily feel the need to. Nicotine, you don't feel to have more, because you know that when you have more, you get sick. But what happens when you have too much sugar? You fall asleep, sugar high, and then go crash, right? So, sugar is one of those things that produce, happy hormones, make you feel like I need more. After you have that cake, you're like, I need another bite. I need more bites. So at first you're consuming like 5 grams of sugar. Before you know it, you are 50 grams in, you're 30 grams in. You have too much sugar. So yeah, sugar. I always talk about sugar as an example because sugar is one of those extreme things that we can obtain legally. You can get high on sugar, right? Too much sugar will drive you high. Too much sugar will kill you. So, one of those things that I can relate to, for everybody to relate to, because everybody eats sugar somewhere. There's no way to not eat sugar. Everything has sugar nowadays. Alright, that's gotta be my last puff. I promise. That's gotta be my last puff. Whew. So, last few minutes. Cool. Last few minutes, let's talk about the cigar. H.Upmann, the banker. Heavily recommend that. It's definitely something that you want to try after you have some experience with cigars. If you can handle medium or medium plus nicotine, then you can definitely handle a banker. And I think it's a good transition cigar. If you have enough of those Connecticut, you got bored, move something to medium, then banker is quite good of a cigar for $8. I mean, it's quite long. I mean, it lasted almost 2 hours. So, heavily recommended. Thumbs up for the H.Upmann banker. And obviously, the sizes and stuff is by name, but a lot of time you can just ask the retailers, say, hey, I want something like Robusto size. They do have Robusto size. They do have Toro size. They have Churchill size. They have the Bellicoso size. They have all kind of size that you can try. I don't recommend you go to the Churchill size because they're long. They're quite a bit. And take your time. Take your time smoking it. Take your time to enjoy it. Don't just go rip it right through it. You know, if it's gonna be a 2-hour cigar, don't try to smoke in 30 minutes because you're gonna be sick, and the cigar will heat up too much. And one of the things about cigars, you don't want to heat up the cigar too much. Heat will actually get rid of some of these flavors. So, you know, give it time, enjoy it more. That's how you gotta enjoy a cigar. Don't rush through it. 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 All right. So definitely recommend it. You look at this packaging. This is one of the packages that you want to be in your humidor. This thing is wood with like velvety bottom. They took some thought into making these boxes. This box is beautiful. If I can make a box this for the voyage, I would have, but this would have cost an arm and a leg to make only 20 of them. So, but then I love this box. So definitely, if you can pick up a box to collect, you should, because it's shiny. It's good looking. And Easter is coming up. I know a lot of people is going to pick up the egg. So public service of announcement. If you're new to cigars, don't smoke the egg. You're gonna get sick. All right. Don't smoke the egg from the middle either. It's not meant to be smoked from the middle. You will burn down your mustache. Alright? Don't smoke the egg if you're not experienced enough. Keep the egg in the humidor until you could. Alright? The egg does come in Connecticut and Maduros. So, those Maduro lovers, get those eggs. They're about $20, 20 something dollars. So right now being Easter, it's definitely easy to find-ish. If not, there's always online, right? There's always online. Bob the Cigar Guy did a rotten egg video. So you know, if you want to hear how egg smokes like, go watch that. I know Martina Maya is probably gonna make a video about eggs, so you can go look at that too. We do have a really old video of me smoking the egg from the middle. Big mistake. Don't try that at home. Don't smoke the egg from the middle. It's not meant to be smoking from the middle. There is one side that has cap, and there's one side that don't have the cap. The side with the cap is the side that you're supposed to smoke from. Not saying that you can't smoke it upside. I mean, the wrong side. So, you can do both, but the egg is definitely a strong cigar. If you think about how much nicotine is that one bunch, and you gotta smoke that thick of cigars, definitely want to be careful on smoking that. So if you plan to smoke the egg, be really careful about it. If not, buy one for collection. Why not? You know, it's cool looking. It's one of those cool things to have, and the box looks pretty good. So if you haven't seen the box, this is how the box looks like, the egg. All right, so you know it's pretty cool. It opens from the top. Inside there's some more tobaccos there. You know, I always think that if I buy more of these, can I just wrap my own cigar with this? I don't know. It's dry though. It's dry. So yeah. If I don't see you guys by this weekend, you know, if you didn't catch the Facebook Live and stuff like that, have a good Easter. Have a good long weekend. If you're gonna have a long weekend, have a good timing, you know, celebration and all that stuff. So, you know, be careful, stay good, stay saucy, and enjoy your weekends. All I can say. Again, Saturday I won't be on, but there might be a video out there if I can edit it in time tomorrow. Okay. Other than that, all the other information will be posted in the Facebook group. If you want to join Shadow Smokers Legion, you should know or get to know any of these people that was in the chat room. Any of these people in the chat room can give you an invite. All right, you just have to get to know them. You just have to talk to them. All right, because it's an invite-only group, you can't even search for it. But if you just want to see what kind of pictures people post up and stuff like that, we do have Instagram. You know, follow the Instagram people that hashtag Shadow Smokers Legion, and you'll be able to find somebody. All right, talk to those people. Definitely watch the video content from the Legion members: Bob the Cigar Guy, Martin Amaya, Cigar Prop. Did I miss somebody? Bob Cigar Guy, Martin Amaya, Cigar Prop, and this particular video. Hit the likes if you haven't done that already. Share the video if you have to. And that's it for me tonight. I will see you guys sometime next week. If not Saturday. Sometime next week. Alright? Have a good night, everybody. And yeah, Nate, I'll tell you how I feel about the trailer after that. Alright? Have a good night, everybody. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.